You can now use Google's Photorealistic 3D tiles in combination with VR in Unreal Engine. I'll go through in this video how you can combine your own models and use the 3D tiles for context to create an immersive VR experience. You'll need to have your Unreal Engine and PC set up for VR. This includes having your Steam VR and Oculus apps installed. You can watch my previous video on how to do this. I'll be demonstrating this on a Meta Quest Pro, although they will work the same way with a Quest 2 or 3. In addition, you'll need a Cesium Iron account. You can get a free one for educational use, and in the marketplace, search for Cesium for Unreal and install this plugin to your engine version. I will be using 5.3. For this example, you can load up a standard virtual reality template under the games category. And once compiled, make sure your headset is on and connect to the Oculus PC app. And if it is active and working, you will see this VR preview option. Press play, and then you can start teleporting and moving around in VR. With the template working, we can delete everything in the outliner except for the BP VR Spectator, Player Start, Navmesh Bounds Volume, Skylight, and the Sky Sphere. We can keep the basic Sky Sphere as it provides a nice blue background for us. For the Cesium side of things, go to Edit, Plugins, search for Cesium, and just activate this and you'll need to restart. When you restart, you should see a Cesium side panel. If not, go to Window and select Cesium. From here, connect to the Cesium Iron account with the account you made at the start. This will open your web browser and prompt you to log in and authorize. You will then have access to your assets. So in Unreal Engine, you can click on the Add Google Photorealistic 3D Tiles here. Then you can use an existing tile if you have one from a previous project, or you can create a new token, which will allow you to stream these assets. If you've connected correctly, you'll have some terrain streaming straight away. However, in VR mode, you will notice that the tiles look very grainy. To fix this, go to Edit, Project Settings, and search for Anti-alisasing. By default, the anti-aliasing will be set up with multi-sample anti-aliasing, MSAA. So change this to temporal anti-aliasing, TAA. And now it will look great. Next, for the location, I will go to Google Maps and choose Osaka, and find a point over by the castle. Just right-click to get the coordinates, and back in Unreal, select the Cesium georeference and set the latitude and longitude. It is easier if you copy and paste it from the notepad. Just adjust the height so that your world is roughly above the terrain, and all our assets then will be on the ground and make it easier to find. Move your player start to also be slightly above the ground until where you want to begin your VR experience. Next, select the Navmesh bound volume and move this to the area you want to teleport along in VR. If you go to the Details panel, you can adjust the transfer and scale so that it is the right size for the area. And also make sure that the Z value is large enough so it intersects with the terrain. If you press the letter P on the keyboard, the area which gets colored shows where you can teleport and access in VR. Before we hit play, we will also want to adjust a few settings with the tiles to make them load more quickly. Select the Google Photorealistic 3D tiles, and under Level of Detail, increase the maximum screen space area to make faster loading. Note that this is also at the expense of quality, so you need to balance it. Ready to load much quicker, but I found around 20 is a good balance, depending on your machine and internet speed. Also, changing the simultaneous tile loads and maximum cached byte and loading descent limit values also help with keeping tiles loaded and not refreshing as much each time you move. A very important performance setting is also found in the main settings icon here on the top right, where you can go to engine scalability and use either low and medium for quickest loading speeds at the start. Now if you hit play, the tiles will stream in much more quickly, and you can have all your standard VR controls, and you can go sightseeing in front of Osaka Castle. Trees are always bad quality in the Google tiles, as you can see here, but they can always be clipped away and replaced. I've done a previous video on this as well, so feel free to check that out. If you also want to preview this in VR in full screen, you can go over to Edit, Editor Preferences, and down in the Play section under Level Editor, you can change the game viewport resolution settings to be HD size, rather than the default 1280 by 720. Now if you hit play, you have full screen. The Google tiles work best in combination with your own models. The easiest way to bring these in is using the Datasmith plugin. To activate this, go to Edit, Plugins, and check the Datasmith CAD importer and importer. Then you need to restart. You will need to have your models exported as a Datasmith file on whichever software you used. For example, Rhino, Revit, or SketchUp, they all have Datasmith plugins. As the example here, I've exported a Revit sample model to a Datasmith file. First, find a space in your project for the model, and then go to the green plus icon, Datasmith, File Import, and select that Datasmith file you exported. Then choose an import folder location, and import the geometry and textures. You can position it in any space. To interact with this model, you'll need to move your player start and Navmesh bounce over to the area and scale it again, as shown previously in the video. One thing I will mention is that for the Navmesh bounce to work on the imported geometry, you need to add a collision. You can do this by selecting the floor, going over to Static Mesh in the Details panel, and opening up this mesh. You can go to the collision menu here, and add a simple box collision, then save and close. Now if you press play, you will start on the balcony and have a nice view of Osaka Castle, which will stream in. You can also then teleport along this balcony area and even onto the stream tiles, as I've extended the Navmesh bounds onto this area as well. To make the stream tiles and your custom models work well together in VR, you need to spend some more time adjusting the lighting and streaming settings to optimize. However, I hope this quick intro will help you get started, and thank you for watching.